Welcome back. This is again Matthias Kämpfer, Security Product Manager at SAP. The second part, as promised, on secure development services. So we are still here on this topic, and this time I will speak about SAP Cloud Application Programming Model. The SAP Cloud Application Programming Model is an open and opinionated framework of languages, libraries, and tools for building enterprise-grade services and applications. It guides developers through proven best practices and a great wealth of out-of-the-box solutions for recurring tasks. So let's take the pictures below. So you have, if you're using SAP Cloud Platform, the choice of different runtimes. You have the choice of different front ends like SAP Fiori, but also other open source solutions. You have the choice of environments, Cloud Foundry, Kubernetes, local. You have the choice of data sources like SAP HANA, but if you do something locally on your PC or perhaps on your Raspberry Pi, SQLite. And you have toolsets like the SAP Web IDE. And the SAP Cloud Application Programming Model is about that we provide you a best practice what to use. So for example, in the front-end area, we provide you guidance on how to use SAP Fiori. But, and that's a good thing, you still have the option to break out. So you can follow our guidance, but you can also say, no, for front ends, I want to use something else. That is the concept. So it's a guide through all the options. What is Cloud Application Programming Model about? It's about domain models. So that is about, for example, modeling your data structure. It's about aspects. You can extend and override information. It's about services. Services is everything what is active. This can be an API, or that can be a database. It helps you with events. It helps you with queries on your data. And it helps you with all the different protocols and APIs. And it provides you the big picture with the CAP paradigm. All information you can find publicly here. One thing what is good to know, and what's also very important to know from my perspective, is the Cloud Application Programming Model helps developers during design time. And it does not add an additional runtime layer. That's a very important point. Adding an additional runtime layer comes often with performance or with a performance impact. This is not the case for Cloud Application Programming Model. This is just a screenshot of our public web page, and here you can see core data services. I think that's the backbone of the SAP Cloud Application Programming Model. What it shows here, you can define, for example, your model in CDS. This will be then parsed, and depending on what you chose as an, for example, database layer, it creates automatically the right configuration file, for example, in this case, HANA DDL. So this, what you saw until now, it's nothing security related. But there's a new functionality, and that I would like to talk with you about. You are also able now to design authorizations and access control during design time. So you don't have to do it on the code level. So you don't have to do permission checks on the code level. You can design it along with your CDS model. And that has great advantages. I want to give you one example that you perhaps can grab it better. So here we have a CDS file. It defines our services. So we create here a service, and the service is called customer service. And now the integration starts. Here you can define during design time, if someone wants to access the service, he has to be authenticated. Next line, there's an entity. The entity is orders, so that is probably a table within your database which displays all the orders of books or of your services or your products. And then you can restrict the access to this table via a grant. You allow read and write, but only to the administrator. And in addition, you provide and read to everybody who is in the column buyer of your entity orders, the user itself. So if I buy something, I can see my own orders based on the service. And that is the integration which I wanted to explain you. Please, if you're interested in that topic, visit the web page. It's worth to check it out. The third key takeaways. The SAP Cloud Application Programming Model is an open and opinionated framework. So we provide you best practices, how to use all the options. And it helps you, we are talking about security, and it helps you to define security at design time, which will then automatically applied during runtime. Thank you very much. See you soon. Bye.